tomorrow all the things were gone, I've worked for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
My name is Teresa Mercado-Sconzo. I'm a colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve Nurse Corps. I am married, have 4 children and 3 grandchildren, and live in Pleasantville, New York. I joined the U.S. Army Reserve in 1987 as a direct commission officer, and the reason why I joined was for the educational opportunities. I was in the middle of a divorce at the time, and I wanted to complete my education as a nurse. My most significant memory from being in the reserves is during my first tour. I was in the hospital, Abu Ghraib, and we were not expected to get civilians. And this particular day, a Marine ran in with a little girl who was about 5 years old and threw the child at me. And our job was to save this kid. I called the doctors over. We worked on the child, and 4 days later, she walked out of the hospital alive. I would say that's my most memorable moment. I would say prior to serving the country, I probably looked at Memorial Day as a day to relax and have barbecues, but since serving overseas in Iraq as well as Africa, I see today that soldiers, men, women, youth, because you do have a young population that goes over there, should be told thank you for the service that they give. Only 1% of the population serves this country, and this is a day that any person that has served this country should be recognized. And then afterwards, have their barbecues. People need to continue to thank the soldier in the airport, because I have to say, whenever I'm in an airport in my uniform, it makes me feel good. I may shy away from it, but it's nice to be recognized and thanked, as I said before, for the 1% population that does serve the United States.
Hello, I'm E. Barbara Wiggins. I currently live in Westchester County, White Plains, New York. I'm a Lieutenant Colonel, United States Army, retired Adjutant General Corps. I enlisted in 1956 as a private in the Army. I literally recruited myself. I wanted to travel, I wanted to continue my education, and of course I needed a salary. I felt that joining the Army would give me all those things and give me skills that I could use in continuing in the civilian world. As we approach Memorial Day, I think about Leroy Pitts. And every time I go to Washington and pass by the memorial, I always kind of look at his name. He was a happy-go-lucky, bright young man with a young family, but he went to Vietnam and became a Medal of Honor winner. It's my understanding that he sacrificed his life and saved 8 people by throwing himself on a grenade. Just earlier when I was talking to another person who was in this exhibit, we were talking about the fact that you've learned lessons that you'll never forget. You learn how to deal with people, you learn how to value people, and you learn how to depend on people. Most of us don't ever do things alone. We're always with somebody else. And the more you expose yourself to different people and different circumstances, the more you personally grow.
Hello, I'm Mary Lynch Westmoreland, Colonel, retired, United States Army. I'm the mother of 2, and a beautiful, beautiful daughter-in-law, and a terrific grandson, Michael, and a fantastic husband, Gene. One funny memory is immediately I thought of the flashed picture of me in my 2 times larger uniform when I entered the Coast Guard. It was issued in an extra large mail, and we were asked all the women in my class were asked to go back to our barracks and cut the sleeves on the legs off. And we did. This is a volunteer service. The United States doesn't have a draft. We don't have conscription. We're volunteers. That's huge in this world. And to treat our volunteers with dignity is one of the most wonderful things I see every day in my community. Memorial Day is a very special day to me and to my family. It's a day of opportunity in a group, a collective, to join hands and to think about the sacrifice our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Coast Guard and Marines have given us, the gift of defending our nation. And for those who've given their lives the ultimate sacrifice, we're able to stand in a group and thank them and remember that contribution.